What's going on, guys? King Raven here, coming at you with another video today. So today we've got another knife review overview thanks to the Lefty Pass Around group. So big shout out to the Lefty Pass Around group for letting me check out this knife. But before we get into today's video, y'all remember to give me a like, leave a comment. At the end of the video, there'll be a little subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and check out the other video I'll have linked. It helps my channel when you do that, and I greatly appreciate it. Plus, also in the description, there will be links to this knife as well as other knives and retailers with discount codes and ways to help support the channel. They are affiliate linked, but that's totally up to you if you want to use them, and I greatly appreciate it if you do. Now let's flip this camera around and get into today's knife review overview. Okay guys, so we're going to be taking a look at Kubey Knives today. And Kubey, in my opinion, makes some of the best bang for your buck knives that is on the market. They range from their budget knives all the way up to their premium knives. Plus they do OEM work for lots of great companies. Companies that I've got several of their knives. So I might only own one Kubey brand name knife, but I own multiple knives that are OEM'd by Kubey for different companies. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at a Kubey knife today and one of their premium offers. So what are we looking at? We're looking at model KB294A, which basically means the Kubey Interflow. Now, the Interflow is offered in several different colorways. I will link Kubey Knives in the description of this video. You can check out all the different variations and see which one you like the best. This one is in titanium with blue hardware. So you got blue screws, blue pivot, blue thumb studs, blue pocket clip, and blue back spacer. Almost tongue-tied myself there. There is a lanyard bar in the back spacer. It's like a standoff style. Great. I love that option much more than a hole through the scale. So if you're going to put a lanyard, I like an option like this. It is thumb studs and flipper. Of course, titanium frame lock. Now let's check out this blade. Alright, we have a nice compound grind. So it's kind of a take on an American Tanto, but it's very different because the tip does not drop. Okay, it's got a slow slope, but it's an even slope with no drop. And then you've got your small flat here that comes, and it comes to a point, but it's a cross between not a very sharp point and not a smooth curve. You've got a semi point, but it separates the long flat that's hollow ground and then the small thicker flat ground portion. So we'll take a look at that a little bit closer right here. Nice belt satin on this version. I do know that they make coated versions as well if you like. This is an M390 blade steel. Good, nice, thin hollow on this side. And then the thicker flat for your reinforcement on your tip. That's one thing that's very beneficial on a Tanto style, is because you've got a flat grind up here, you are reinforcing that tip in case if you do need to do some puncture or piercing cuts, you can put it into whatever you're cutting, the bag, package, whatever, and it's got a stronger tip, and then it'll get down into the hollow section and make it very easy to go through whatever you're cutting. This has been a pleasure to use. It goes through cardboard like crazy. Y'all know I'm a double amputee, so I'm not hard using my knives. I'm using my knives like 98% of all of us use. which is for opening packages, mail, cutting strings, cutting stuff around the house, food prep, different stuff like that that you're going to do with 90% of your knives. Boxes, breaking down cardboard. That's what I use my knives, and this has been great. Now, it's not the best for food prep because you don't have a lot of belly to it and everything like that. So you're only going to get a very small portion of this making contact. It's more suited for actual more EDC stuff like opening stuff, because you've got the ability to use that stronger reinforced tip to pierce in and then open up. Or if you just need a long straight cutting, you've got this long hollow grind section. The action has been great. It's very smooth, very controlled. I love actions like that. Thumb stud works great. That was my bad on that one. And I think it's got a good D10 on it. So whether you're doing the flipper, snaps out. Nice drop, shake, drop, close, very smooth. And snaps out with the thumb stud. So both are very effective. Good jimping right here, and because this sort of angles up, it's a very good purchase for your thumb. And then whether you're using it in a hammer grip, whether you're choking up, or if you're doing more of the control where you're using that secondary tip as a draw, that's one benefit of a Tanto style. You can use that secondary tip draw. If you want to use the primary tip, this one you're going to have to go almost 90%. But thankfully they have that other secondary tip. And then of course you've got this whole length of your flat. Let's do some size comparisons against the Kubey Interflow. Let's start off with like the Demco AD 20.5. And let's go against one Kubey in my collection. This is the Kubey Tedious. As you can see, it's just a hair bigger than the AD 20.5, and it is almost the exact same size as far as length goes with the Kubey Tedious, but this one is taller. Not by much, but it's taller, especially in the blade. Back here, the handle is about the same, but it narrows down here. Okay, so you got a little bit more handle through here, but the blade on this one is definitely taller. Let's do another comparison. Let's do against the Civivi Knives Wrath V2. Now, I think this right here is a great comparison with this knife. So, this is the Wrath V2 in the straight back, but they also have a Tanto version. Now, this straight back is still compound ground, so you do have a thicker flat up here, and you have your hollow ground flat right here, your hollow ground length portion. Well, just like this, except this has a more dramatic tip, where this is more just continuous curve. If you compared it to the Wrath V2 Tanto, which I have a video on with the straight back and the Tanto together, it is very similar to the Kubey Interflow. Both titanium frame locks. This is M390, this is S90V. So if you are looking and everything and you like the Wrath V2, you are probably going to like the Kubey Interflow. So, my overall thoughts on this knife is Kubey doing what Kubey does, making very good quality knives that are great materials, great craftsmanship, they bring great designs to the party as well, and they're doing it at a much better value than a lot of other people. So I know a lot of people dismiss and overlook Kubey and think it's a very low-end brand. I would love to change your opinion on it. I think if you held a knife like this and you used a knife like this, you would start recognizing that Kubey does some fantastic work on their branded knives as well as OEM work for other companies. So let's flip this camera around and wrap up today's video of the Kubey Interflow. So guys, what do you think about the Kubey Interflow? Great knife, great in hand. I've got medium size hands, got plenty left over, so even larger size hands are going to have no problem. Great action, great materials. You've got flipper or thumb stud with a very good detent on both. So yeah, very comfortable ergos with a very useful, very functional EDC blade. Y'all let me know what you think about the Interflow and what you think about Kubey Knives in general. Do you like Kubey Knives? I bet you probably have some knives that are from other designers and companies that are OEM'd by Kubey, and you might not even know it. Some of your favorite knives might be. I know some of mine are and everything. I can think of companies like Devo and Tempest. They've used both Kubey on some of their knives. So I know they've done work for both, and I have both of those in my collection besides having a Kubey brand knife as well. Y'all let me know what you think. Don't forget, there are links in the description to the Kubey Interflow and Kubey Knives, as well as other retailers, discount codes, etc. They usually are affiliate links. So if you would like to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. Also, by giving me a like and leaving a comment, hitting the subscribe button, hitting that notification bell, and checking out this video. I greatly appreciate it. Y'all follow me over on Instagram at ShieldArms. Y'all be safe out there. I'm King Raven, and I'll catch you in the next video.